in my own words, it was an insight into my behaviours, patterns, a lot to do with sort of like my past, my addiction.
It's basically coming to terms with realising the insanity of what you're doing. That's the way I understand it.
Deep is exactly that, it's deep, and you discover things that you didn't even know yourself, things from the past. It's very emotional and it's hard, but it's worth it.
It was upsetting, but it was things that I did need to talk about because I was just drinking on them, which I thought that I was just drinking because I wanted to, but it wasn't. It was because of that much has gone on in my life. I needed to talk to someone, you know, to get it out.
I would say deep is it's very similar to 12 steps. It's a lot more about how you think, and it's changing those thought processes from how you think into how you feel, and everything we do is emotive.
It opened a can of worms for me, it really did. Like the counsellors was amazing. It helped me find who I am. I didn't know who I was when I went in there. I was a broken woman.
It was quite upsetting to find out all the damage that I'd done. And I was glad that happened, so, because I didn't realise it myself. And then with other counselling sessions, so they gradually built me back up, so, and giving me tools and knowledge, so to help me change my life.
Because I've never ever sort of like addressed my addiction. And then when I came into rehab, it was all there straight in front of me, black and white basically.
It is hard just dealing with it, you know, just dealing with things like on your own, and you just wake up and drink and think, like, what's the point? No one listening, no one cares anyway. And yeah, it was just nice to hear that other people was the same, feeling the same, like.
Well, considering I was drinking every morning, we weren't really going to sleep, just passing out. And now, when I wake up, it feels like I've got something to look forward to.
The bit when it really changed for me was when Trish asked me to come into treatment with no makeup on and my hair tied up and a tracksuit on. And it was, I hated her at that point. But it really changed everything for me. It made me become real and get honest. She was trying to take the masks off, and for me to be me, the real me.
You kind of think, when's this penny going to drop a little bit? Then all of a sudden just one thing happens. I think for me it was my life story. You're looking at emotions, and then those emotions are filtered through into grief letters. And that's when you start identifying them. And so for me it's been that process, you know, from 10 weeks ago to now. Massive change.
It's very good for the motivational side of things. I'm meeting people in Manchester who are in recovery. It's allowing me to take steps into the real world and start thinking about moving forward rather than looking at the past so much. It's about moving into the future.
Been drinking since I was 13, so that's all I've ever known. I was still drinking when I got pregnant at 15 with my eldest son. I got pregnant again at 18. With my daughter. I lost my 2 kids. They went to live with the father. I was just emotional, a mess. I remember walking on the motorway bridge after I lost my kids and climbing over and wanting to jump. As I went to jump, someone grabbed me from behind and I got sectioned for that. And then just come into Acorn and they've changed my life. They've really changed my life.
Realising that you have a problem and realising that there's a solution. Seeing other people graduate shows that there's a way forward. So to me, the most significant part is the start of the treatment, not the end.
I think it was either my life story or the grief letters. It brought it back up into my head again. A lot of stuff that I wanted to bury away. And then talking about it out loud and writing it all down, it just resurfaced it all again. So it was like reliving it in a way.
I won't say it was easy, but it's just something you know that you've got to do. You've come to the end, try any other way. I can remember actually laughing at my counsellors. Yeah, you won't get me to cry. It only took him. couple of hours.
Yeah, well, my mum was an alcoholic and a drug addict. And then her body, she just couldn't handle it. And she was like a kid when she was drinking. And she ended up, her partner had left some poppers in the house and she drank them. Had a cardiac arrest and died like 4 or 5 years next month. It's affecting my nan because it's history repeating itself. I'm her baby's baby. And my nan's brought me up since I was 6, took me out of foster care. So I'm like her child. Because I didn't know, I thought, oh, I'm not harming anybody. I'm just mine. It's not like I robbed or I just got on with my own life, drunk, but I didn't realise that it was killing my nan.
When finally at 30 days, wow, I'm actually doing it. And I've got this far. I never expected to get that far. When you're doing detox before, I had no faith in myself at all. So once I got that in 30 days, I just wanted to carry on with it now.
I dug my heels in to start with. I was quite reluctant. I had really bad trust issues, and it took Trish quite a long time to gain my trust and respect. But when she did, I just opened up and I've just blossomed, and everything just started to make sense finally.
In my profession, I have to hold a mirror up to people, and it's having that mirror held up to you, because a lot of times when people hold a mirror up, you don't like what you see.
The thing I've enjoyed most is I found a bit of a childlike curiosity about all things in life now, and I'm trying lots of different courses, you know. I'm trying art, I want to try acting, I want to try dancing. All these things that I've always been too embarrassed to do. With a bit of motivation from staff, they've given me the confidence to really start enjoying things in life, things that other people enjoy, and things that aren't based around changing the way you feel and taking drugs.
I've got all my family back. I've got my kids coming over, which is great. They come and sleep at weekends. My life just totally changed. I've got my mum back now. I've got my family back. I thought I wasn't going to get my children back. I thought I could never get out of this addiction. It was quite amazing.
The counsellors asked for a letter from my ex-wife, the mother of my children, and in that letter she stated lots of things that I didn't realise. I wasn't taking notice of other people at all. I realised how selfish I was. It was a horrible feeling, it was very upsetting to find out how my children were reacting to it. There only had to be the mention of my daughter's name, Eve, if Mark mentioned Eve and the hurt I'd done to her, I just couldn't cope and I broke down a lot. And now, my life's improved, my contact with my daughter is much better, but just them 3 letters, Eve, would break me down.
Well, when I first went in, I was really nervous. I'd never really spoke out in front of people before. And then I gradually got more confident in the group. And then I started to getting little signs and picking up on things that I'd never picked up on before. And I could see something was working for me.
Ray has really opened my eyes. Like, I didn't even know that it was possible to be happy and, you know, do things. There's so many things now what I'm trying to do, which I didn't think I was capable of doing. Yeah, it's just changed my life, it really has. It's just made me realise there is a life and I'm so looking forward to it. I can't wait.
Usually to me and my family, especially my daughter, 14-year-old little girl, and she's not really seen much of me most of her life. So, I'll be a normal dad. I've missed a lot of her growing up. When I look at the pictures of her baby, I can't really remember most of it. She's gone from being a baby to near enough a woman, and it's horrible what I've missed. And at least now I won't miss any more of her. Look towards getting a job, being a dad, a better person in general. Yeah.
I experienced a range of emotions, anger, upset, happiness, laughter, and a lot of tears. But the whole process it's just changed my life. Well, I've actually got a future now, which I didn't think I had before. I was just stuck in a rut and everything was hard work. And now I can get up in the morning and I can get through a day and I'm happier.
The environment that's created here is very supportive, and once you do kind of let go, once you do accept where you are, you know, because we've all got different journeys in life, and everyone is, you know, has come a different way on a different path to being here. But I've learnt a lot from people what is possible, and I think that's really key to Acorn, is the fact that you can see people who are sort of 9, 10, whatever years clean, and they're doing really well with their lives, and they've moved on.
If you work the 12-step programme well and you put a lot of effort into it, it can make you a very well-rounded and decent human being, possibly even more so than I could have been had I not been an addict. Now, that doesn't mean I'm grateful for all the darkness of my past and all the people I've hurt, you know, which things that come along as standard if you're an addict. It can make you a very tolerant, peaceful, and make you a very beneficial person to the world and society around you.
Well, all the steps I did up to step 5, signing my will over to the higher power, that was a big one for me. Yeah, it's helped me a lot, yeah.
The 12-step programme is actually a programme for life. So it's a way of living your life, and you're constantly learning. It doesn't end when you get to the 12th step, that you're cured. And the support that you get from other members of the fellowship is amazing.
In addiction, I wasn't really living, I was just existing. It was absolutely horrible. I was just destroying everything, it was self-destruct. It was just a pattern that had been going on for years for me. But now, after everything I've been through and everything all the help I've had addressing it, I can see new doors. It's just changed my life around. It was like, in a way, like being born again in a crazy way, but it was like a life after life, you know, after the life I'd been living. It was like, it opened so many new doors for me, going through deep.
Grateful for my nan and for Ray for just changing my life. It's changed my whole life. I really love the man, it's amazing.
Apart from a big thank you to Acorn, because I tried everything else and didn't get me anywhere. Especially Andrew and Mark.
I'd like to thank the caretaker at my house, Rosemary, Wes. He was amazing, so supportive and really helped me get through the primary part of rehab. I'd like to thank my family, my mum, my dad and my sister.
I'd like to thank the Acorn for having the belief in me. People like Darren Lang, who, you know, I've known for over a year now when I was engaged in Cheshire East, who've never given up.
I couldn't have done it without my counsellors and Andrew and Mark and my peers around me. I'm honest, I speak up now, where I never did that before.
If I had the chance to go back into primary treatment again, I would. So now that I know what I've learned, and what the counsellors are actually doing, that they're on your side, instead of I thought they were just being nasty to make it so. If I had a chance to go back into treatment and have the quality time with the counsellors, I would jump at the chance.
I naturally have an altruistic nature. I like to help people, I like to see people do well, and I like to care for people. And I think the healthier I get, the more addiction doesn't control my life, and it can be managed. I can start helping others and giving some back to other people that have suffered with the same problems that I have in the past.